Good morning and thanks for joining us. I'm Avery Travis. A man crosses over the highway median and crashes into an 18-wheeler, getting trapped in his pickup. There's new details this morning on that crash in Idalou on 6282. A DPS spokesperson tells us they believe 42-year-old Arcadio Hernandez Jr. had just gotten off work and may have fallen asleep at the wheel around 4 o'clock this morning. He was heading westbound but crossed into the eastbound lanes near Walnut. That's when he slammed into a semi. Rescue crews worked to get him safely out of the wreckage. He was rushed to UMC with injuries to his legs, but DPS tells us he is expected to survive. 2 people are hurt in a rollover crash on County Road 2500 this morning near the Lubbock Executive Air Park. DPS says the car went off the roadway. The driver overcorrected. We're told both people were taken to UMC suffering some minor injuries. And a motorcyclist is rushed to the hospital after hitting the back side of an SUV last night. This happened just after 9 near 66th in Indiana. We're told the motorcyclist was taken to Covenant for treatment. Nobody else was hurt in this wreck. And we're learning a man in a wheelchair is killed after being hit by a pickup on South University. Police say Frank Sanchez was in his chair in the road heading south near 88th Street when he was hit. Despite the best efforts of first responders there, Mr. Sanchez died at University Medical Center. Another person suffered some minor injuries in the crash, but police are still investigating this accident. Meanwhile, we looked into how many people have been hit by cars this year. From January to August, 9 people were killed after they were hit by a car, 2 of them cyclists. Police say the majority of these crashes happen at night where somebody's walking in the street. In 2018, TxDOT says there were 90 traffic crashes involving pedestrians, 9 of those leaving someone seriously injured. Another 9 people were killed. Well, a 2-year-old is found dead in Hobbs, New Mexico after being left in a hot car for hours by the babysitter. According to the Hobbs Police Department, 40-year-old Tammy Brooks called 911 around 1:30 yesterday afternoon, but police believe she was away from the car for hours before calling. Brooks was charged with abandonment or abuse of a child resulting in death. This was the 42nd child who died in a hot car in the nation this year. Well, we told you about a scary situation at a Central Lubbock church this weekend when a man attacks the pastor and attacks some of the church members. That man, Antonio Lopez, now behind bars. Pastor Johnny Perez, though, is opening up about the attack, telling us Lopez started yelling about witchcraft and then hit Pastor Perez with a metal rod. That's when 3 other members sprung into action, restraining the man until police got there. Everybody's okay, but Perez says this is the last straw for somebody who had threatened his congregation already many times before.
The sad thing, we don't get tired of doing good, even to the wrong people. That shows exactly who we are. But sometimes we have to draw a line when it comes to the safety of our people.
Lopez is being held at the Lubbock County Jail charged with aggravated assault.
The KAMC Weather Lab First Forecast is sponsored by Glasheen, Vias, and Inderman Injury Lawyers.
Well, let's get over to Kellyanne this morning. She's got a look at what we can expect from the weather, and hopefully there's some changes in store.
Yeah, it looks like there could be, but not today. Still going to be expecting a pretty hot one across the area as high pressure is still in place. Good news is a cold front's going to move on through later on tomorrow. That will drop our temperatures a little bit more manageable, and also going to be seeing some more rainfall in the forecast. But first, let's get a look outside to start off your afternoon. Nothing but clear conditions across the area. No rain or no clouds in sight. We will, though, be watching for maybe a little bit of an increase in cloud cover and a few chances of some rainfall this afternoon. 81 right now in Lubbock, 83 in Spur, 84 in Jayton, but very comfortable and very manageable outside at the moment. We're going to warm up to about 92 actually here in the hub city. Many of us, though, especially into the rolling plains, could see those mid-90s, so well above average for this time of year. An increase in cloud cover throughout the day. Then also going to be watching for a few isolated rain chances off to the north and west. Of course, we're going to get even better rainfall over the next couple of days. We'll have that in the full forecast, but you really can't complain about this weather back here at home.
Really can't. We are waiting on that rain, though, here on the South Plains. Across the state, though, this morning, life-threatening floods here in Texas. People probably wishing the rain would not be coming down as a tropical storm formed in the Gulf of Mexico Tuesday. Within an hour, Kellyanne, it slammed into the coast of Texas.
Yeah, now the remnants of Tropical Storm Imelda are dumping torrential rain in the Houston area.
Yeah, some schools are closed, and there's growing concern in the areas particularly devastated by Hurricane Harvey just 2 years ago.
Tropical Storm Imelda has weakened into a tropical depression since making landfall near Freeport Tuesday afternoon. But officials want Houston area residents to know they're not out of the woods.
Right now what we're expecting is street level flooding. So we encourage people that if they don't need to be out on the streets, to please stay home.
The storm continues to dump rain over southeastern Texas and isn't expected to let up for at least a couple of days.
The last few times that it's flooded, I've been out here working in this stuff, and it's pretty dangerous. I've seen some really dangerous stuff happen.
Imelda has prompted a flash flood watch for more than 7 million people. Several Texas schools preemptively canceled activities Wednesday, including those in the Houston and Galveston Independent School Districts and Texas A&M University at Galveston. Even so, some residents are taking the storm threat more seriously than others. Surfers were spotted in the water despite red flag warnings.
It was good enough to get off work early.
And this couple kept their plans to have a picnic on the seawall. As Imelda moves inland, parts of eastern Texas and Louisiana are also expected to feel the effects. In Galveston, Texas, I'm Camila Bernal reporting.
Well, very different here at home, where you're probably enjoying the last bits of summer this weekend. But before you make your plans, Lubbock game wardens are warning you to think twice before jumping into any lakes or ponds after a little girl from Central Texas passes away after contracting a rare brain-eating amoeba from swimming in a river. They say this not to scare you, but just as a reminder that there can be bacteria in the water, especially near low water levels. They say avoid stirring up the sediment while you're in the water. Don't put your head under any untreated water and hold your nose shut. Although there's no law against going under the water in some of the lakes around Lubbock, they do recommend being very careful. Remember that as we head into the weekend. Also going on, the West Texas Walk of Fame is getting some new additions. Civic Lubbock is hosting this year's induction ceremony this Thursday night at 7 o'clock. Anybody's invited to come out and watch, especially as international opera star Susan Graham is one of the new inductees. She was raised in Midland, but she attended Texas Tech right here in Lubbock. And the Friends of the Lubbock Public Library is hosting their annual fall sale in the basement of the Mahan Library. Friday will be a members-only day. Memberships, though, can be purchased or renewed at the door in case you're not a member just yet. But if you can wait till Saturday, it is open to the public. They're going to be there both days from 9 till 5. Lots more to come here on KAMC News, but first let's get back over to Kellyanne for a check on our forecast.
Yeah, actually, it's not too early to start thinking about the first freeze, so don't forget about our first freeze contest. If you do guess the date, hour, and a minute of Lubbock's first freeze, you have a chance to win this Liberty Magnolia dining room set from the House of Furniture. We'll give you a hint, though, not today. Tune in for the full forecast. We'll have that next.
You're watching KAMC News with Avery Travis and meteorologist Kellyanne Class.